Up next on Ltv, Curtis Stevens has a story about the new esports coach and a new discovery about a prehistoric dinosaur fossil from Argentina.
And I'm Marley Snow, here to bring you all your weekly weather forecast updates. All that and more, Ltv starts now. Hello, Cersei. Welcome back to another episode of Ltv. I'm Brooklyn Shaver.
And I'm Aubrey Jones. Let's jump into some morning announcements.
Seniors, the deadline to order senior yearbooks ads is December 31st. Email Ms. Cook with any questions at ccook@cerseischools.org.
The SHS varsity cheerleaders and line steppers are hosting this year's homecoming dance on Saturday, October 4th at 7 p.m. in the SHS cafeteria. You must be a SHS student to attend. No re-entry after entering. The cost is $10 cash or $12 cash app at the door. Concessions will be available for sale.
The Cersei wrestling team is hosting a breast cancer fundraiser powder puff football game on Monday, October 13th at 6 p.m. at the Cersei Lions Stadium. Admission is $5. Each team will be made up of 10 players and will be coached by 2 varsity football players. No cleats allowed, and each team will be charged of their team jerseys. Email McKenna Likert at mckenna.likert@cerseischools.org with any questions.
The SHS Care Closet has clothing and hygiene products free of charge for any student. If you have any questions about the Care Closet, go to room 204 or email jmeans-ct@cerseischools.org.
The SHS Food Pantry is open to all students. Students can sign up at any time during the school year to start getting a weekly bag. Students should pick up their food bag after 7th period on Fridays before you leave school. If you have any questions, please speak with Ms. Jenna in room 204 or Ms. Edelman in room 306. All students' information will be kept private.
It's been a while since I last heard anything about the esports team.
Well, there's a new esports coach coming this year, and Curtis has a story about that.
Since first being added to SHS in 2020, the esports program has had one constant member, its coach, Mr. Renard. This year, Mr. Renard is stepping down and letting one of his protege, Mr. Hodges, replace him.
So last year, I worked under Mr. Renard. I wasn't technically an assistant esports coach, but I was there in the room watching to learn how everything went on and how to be a good coach for next year.
Mr. Hodges has a lot planned for the year and is trying to learn as he goes. That, along with many returning and new promising players, means the esports team has a lot to look forward to.
Getting back to playing, I guess. I've improved a lot over the summer. I think if we have a good A team, we'll make it to state.
I am most excited to learn how the operations work and try to take more control over the team and help guide them better. I think I'm going to have a lot of difficulty figuring out the minutia and coordinating with other coaches. Making sure I have everything going smoothly so the students have a good experience is probably going to be the biggest thing.
Mr. Hodges has many goals for this year, hoping to continue the success of the previous year.
I hope to include more students in esports. I hope to make it more accessible to other students as well. My overall goals is to make the team successful in whatever we do. Recently, there's been a lot of interest in NBA 2K and Madden. I hope to still foster the support from people who are more sports-oriented to play the sports-related games, because I got a lot of interest in that.
I'm pretty optimistic. I think it'll go well. I don't see it getting any worse. We were pretty good last year, at least my team was. We went 3-0, quite a few games in a row.
Despite Hodges' small involvement last year, both he and his players have hopes for this year.
I don't have that much experience with him, where he was a co-coach last year, yes, but he didn't have many opportunities to have a more of an active role. I think it'll be fine.
I need to have good rapport with my students, so that way if something comes up that they know that I respect them and they can respect me. And I learned kind of how to manage some of the frustrations that happens with esports, because sometimes there are things out of our control that we need to help manage, like the internet going out in the middle of a game.
Continuing on with new leadership is always going to be a challenge. We wish the esports teams the best of luck going forward with Mr. Hodges. I'm Curtis Stevens, sending it back to the news desk.
Thanks, Curtis. I wish the esports team the best of luck with Mr. Hodges on their side. Jimmy Kimmel is set to return to late-night television Tuesday after a nearly week-long suspension that triggered a national discussion about freedom of speech and President Donald Trump's ability to police the words of journalists, commentators, and even comics. Sinclair Broadcast Group said it would also keep Kimmel off its stations. The two corporations collectively control about a quarter of ABC affiliates. ABC, which suspended Kimmel's show last Wednesday following criticism of its comments about the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, announced Monday that Jimmy Kimmel Live would return after the network had thoughtful conversations with the host.
Scientists have discovered a new dinosaur from Argentina with powerful claws feasting on an ancient crocodile bone. The new find was possibly 23 feet and 7 meters long and hailed from a mysterious group of dinosaurs called Megaraptorans. But it's not yet clear how these creatures hunted and where they fall in the evolutionary timeline, mainly because the fossils recovered so far were incomplete. They noticed unique features in the bones that made them realize this could be a new species. This latest member of the Megaraptoran clan, called Joaquin Raptor Causali, fills a major gap by providing one of the most complete skeletons yet.
President Donald Trump returned to the United Nations on Tuesday to deliver a wide-ranging address on his second-term foreign policy achievements and lament that globalist institutions have significantly decayed the world order, according to the White House. After his latest inauguration, he issued a first-day executive order withdrawing the U.S. from the World Health Organization. That was followed by his move to end U.S. participation in the UN Human Rights Council and ordering up a review of U.S. membership in hundreds of intergovernmental organizations aimed at determining whether they align with the priorities of his America's First agenda.
It has rained a lot this week.
It sure has. Marley Snow is here with all of our weather updates.
Good morning, Searcy High. Today you're going to have a high of 83 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Your rain is going to be a 7% chance with your winds blowing west at 6 miles per hour and a 60% as your humidity. Your sun rose at 6:57 a.m. On to tonight. Tonight, you're going to have a low of 57 degrees with mostly clear skies. Your rain is going to be a 7% chance with your winds blowing west at 3 miles per hour. Your humidity is going to be at 86% and your sun will set at 9:19 p.m. On to that almanac. Your last 7 days average was a high of 97 with a low of 64. Your monthly average of precipitation was 3.83 inches and your month-to-date average was a 3.55 inches. On to that 5cast. Saturday, you're going to have partly cloudy skies with a high of 85 and a low of 61 with that rain percent chance at 9%. Sunday, you're going to have mostly partly cloudy skies with an 81 as your high and a 59 as your low with a 24% chance of rain. Monday, you're going to have partly cloudy skies with a high of 82 and a low of 57 with that 5% chance of rain. Tuesday, you're going to have sunny skies with a high of 82 and a low of 57 and a 14% chance of rain. And then Wednesday, you're going to have mostly sunny skies with a high of 83 and a low of 57, and then your rain percent chance is going to be at 9%. Well, that's all the weather updates I have for you today, Cersei. Now I'm sending it back to the news desk.
Hey Aubrey, do you know what's for lunch today?
I do. Today for lunch, we'll be having smothered baked chicken with cornbread, classic cheese pizza, seasoned beef taco meat, classic chicken sandwich with fries, chicken bruschetta, salad, frozen sidekicks, and milk. Be sure to thank all the lunch ladies for all their hard work.
Our Cersei Lion football team has a game tonight.
Happy Friday, Cersei High. I'm Bo Bramlett, and let's dive right into some sports announcements. Tonight, our SHS football team has their first conference game this afternoon at 7 p.m. at Lions Stadium, where they will face off against the Whitehall Bulldogs. Be sure to show up and support our Lions for this conference matchup. Our SHS volleyball team played the Marion Patriots this past Tuesday, where they would go on to lose all 3 sets, continuing Marion's 6-game winning streak and dropping Cersei to 3-10. The match was a dominant performance by the Patriots, who are now 15-2 overall. Our SHS golf team had an outstanding day this past Tuesday at their conference tournament, where the boys would not only go win back-to-back championships, but the players Alex Miller, Noah Skabronsky, and Gavin Smith all earned all-conference honors. On the girls' side, they finished 3rd overall and qualified for the state tournament. Moving on to national sports, this Sunday is full of amazing games. At 8:30 a.m., the Minnesota Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers will go head-to-head in Dublin, Ireland. Later on the same day, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Philadelphia Eagles are set to play at noon, with each team with a perfect score of 3 wins and 0 losses. Both were highlighted in our previous show this week for their wins, so we can't wait to see who will come out on top. Sunday Night Football features Micah Parsons going up against his former team, the Dallas Cowboys. If you can't wait until Sunday, we've got the Seattle Seahawks and Arizona Cardinals playing in the State Farm Stadium tonight at 7:15 p.m. Mike Gundy, one of college football's most colorful coaches over the last 2 decades, was fired by Oklahoma State on Tuesday. The 58-year-old Gundy had a career record of 170 and 90 at his alma mater, where he was a star quarterback in the late 1980s. He posted winning records every season from 2006 to 2023, but had losing records in his final 2 years. Gundy arrived as the head coach in 2005, and the Oklahoma City native's charm and sense of humor appealed to fans and recruits and helped the Cowboys compete with better-funded programs. Gundy turned Oklahoma State into an unlikely powerhouse that often affected the national championship race. The Cowboys won the Big 12 championship in 2011 and played in the Big 12 title game in 2021 and 2023. After a bye week, the Cowboys lost at home to Tulsa for the first time since 1951. The fans booed him during the loss to Tulsa, with some chanting, "Fire Mike Gundy." That's all the sports updates I have for you today, Cersei. Now let's send it back to the news desk.
Be sure to come out and support our Lions.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, Cersei. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Cersei High Lion TV.
And to follow us on X at Lion TV, Instagram at Cersei Lion TV, and on Facebook at Cersei High Lion TV. Signing off, I'm Brooklyn Shaver.
And I'm Aubrey Jones. See you Friday, Cersei.